For as long as VR exists, the debate and discussion about which VR games and experiences look the best will rage on. I don't think there's a definitive answer to that very broad question, because all art styles are valid. A game or experience doesn't need to have hyper-realistic visuals to be considered as one of the best looking games or experiences, in my opinion anyway, and personal preference plays a massive part too. I love cel-shaded games. I love games with really strange, wacky, artistic styles. But I do also love hyper-realistic looking experiences, particularly in VR. Now, if we're talking about the Quest platform, about standalone VR experiences, then I don't think there's much debate. I don't think you can really say that there are many games that look better than Brink Traveler on the Quest. This is an absolutely stunning experience, and I'm going to try to not use the word game in this video. It's going to be really hard because that's just my default, but I wouldn't call Brink Traveler a game. This really is an experience. It's an app with hyper-realistic, photorealistic almost, visuals, and you teleport yourself into real-world locations, just small landmarks, small versions of these locations, and you can traverse a fairly small, little kind of penned-off area. So here, for example, that's as far as I can go to the left, and you can see my kind of red barrier that I can't pass out of. It's a simple game. You come to places, you take them in, you breathe in the beauty, and you can do things like bring up a compass to unlock little postcards that tell you about these locations. So I'll grab this one. Here it is.
The island of Zakynthos is the third largest of the 7 Ionian islands.
Thanks.
Which run north to south along the west coast of the
Great
Great
information.
Mainland.
Now that goes into my little scrapbook, which is cool. I can grab that scrapbook at any time from my hip. There it is. And in this particular location, there are 3 different little postcards to find. You can also take your own photos. I always get the kind of the gesture for it wrong. I think it works better if you are playing with the hand tracking. You're meant to make like an L shapes. There we go. Oh, I just did it with my hands rather than the controllers. I'm an idiot. And then you get like a little photo mode, so I can position that wherever I like. I love a portrait photo. There we go. Horizon shouldn't ever be in the middle because that's boring. Horizon should be at the top or at the bottom. And I think that looks pretty damn cool. I can take that photo and it gets saved into my own scrapbook again, and that's the same scrapbook as the one with the postcards, but you can move between things you need to find like objectives and then your own photos. So there's a photo of that's actually really, really nice. What is this location called? It's a photo of Navigio Beach in Greece. Now this game is packed with different locations. Like, I'll scroll through some of them here. You've got Iceland, there's a lot of USA locations. USA, Greece, USA, Norway, USA, Italy, USA, New Zealand, Turkey, South Korea. There's so many gorgeous locations that you can jump into, and I'll show you some of them today. And really this game feels like VR tourism, like digital tourism. There's not really much else to it. You just kind of come in, you look at a beautiful location, you go, damn, that looks real. Like, that looks really real. And then you move on to the next place. I prefer in this game, whoa, that's really nice. I prefer the locations, the spots where you're down on the ground and you can get a sense of scale. A lot of these levels kind of load you in at the tops of cliffs and you're looking out over beautiful vistas, but being down here on ground level and seeing how big these cliffs are, and seeing the skybox, which is absolutely gorgeous above me, and then seeing the scale of something like this big kind of shipwreck here, this is, I think, when the game, damn it, experience shines the most. The water also looks absolutely fantastic. It's a shame we can't get any closer than this. Like, this again is my penned off, walled off area. So we can get up to it, and you can tell it's not real. You know, the game does look amazing, and like these cliffs look super. Like, looking straight forward at that now, I could be fooled into believing that that was a photo. You know, that was realistic. But if I look at things like the sea, yeah, I can tell. The kind of the edges around the cliff, yeah, I can tell. So it isn't going to trick you into believing that you're here. Obviously, I can't feel the breeze on my skin. I don't get the heat of the sun. But I think it's a really nice tool for people who maybe want to explore their wanderlust a little bit more, but maybe they're restricted in terms of the money, or maybe they want to kind of make choices about where they go before they book a trip somewhere. Like, I can go on one trip this year. Do I want to go to Greece, or do I want to go to Turkey? Let's have a look in this game, see what they look like. Or people who aren't mobile enough to go to other places. They aren't mobile enough to travel anymore. Now, one other thing you can do in this game, I call it a game again, I'm just going to call it a game now, I give up, it's a bloody game, is grab a walkie-talkie, and I think you're talking to like an AI companion. I'll show you. Hello, my name is Ben. What is your name?
Hello, Ben. I'm your virtual
Definitely
assistant,
AI.
here to help
Hello,
you
Ben.
explore and enjoy your adventure. What would you like to know about Mammoth Beach or anything else?
What's my name?
Your name is Ben. How can I assist you today?
I mean, it's kind of neat. That's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, so you can ask this little assistant about these locations. So I can say, where am I right now? And she should give me information.
You're currently at Navajo Beach
Yep.
in Zakynthos.
That is where I am.
It's known for its stunning scenery and shipwreck.
It's known for the shipwreck.
Would you like to explore more about this location?
Nah, I'm all good. See you later. So, apparently this is a famous shipwreck.
All right, Ben. Enjoy your time at Navajo
That
Beach.
Ben sounded really aggressive.
Feel free to reach out whenever you're ready.
All right,
See you
Ben.
later.
So yeah, this is a real location. Apparently it's a real shipwreck. You can learn things about these locations, and you can hop between them. So let's just spend a couple of minutes jumping into some different ones, and I'll show you how incredible this game looks on Quest. So I think now I'm probably going to go to... Oh, where should we go? Where should we go? Wow, now that is absolutely stunning. Look at that. That is incredible. How close can I get to the edge? I hope I can get close. Come on, don't cut me off before I get... Ooh, okay, that's really cool. My boundary is a lot bigger here, clearly, and it's allowed me to get right to the edge of this cliff. I am right up against it now. I can see the boundary now. There's the red line. This is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Now, like, there are tells in this game. You can tell that it's a game, or I really have failed that. I've said game a million times. It's just my default. You can tell that it isn't, like, real life. I can tell that the water down here isn't moving at all. That is a static image. There is no movement on that water at all. The game plays with little tricks and things that kind of help you to believe that it's real, like the mist kind of cascading down these cliffs here, which is a really nice little touch. It also puts in kind of the occasional birds. So you've got some wildlife there. There's like birds flying around. And the clouds do move. The skyboxes are really, really nice. The audio's really good. So if you kind of use this as a meditation app and just came in here and just kind of zoned out, went off to your happy place, it would actually work really well in that regard, I believe. If I crouch and get close to the rocks, again, like, you can start to tell that the resolution drops the closer you get, but it's still incredibly detailed in some areas. Like, you can tell, like, this bit here is more detailed than this bit here. There's a clear line here where it gets blurry. I can actually feel that. That gives me a bit of haptic feedback when I touch the rock, which is quite nice. So yeah, certain bits don't look as nice as others. But on the whole, the package is mind-blowingly nice looking, especially considering that it's running on a Quest. Man, America has some incredible natural beauties, like some areas that are just stunning. This is Lake Tahoe. I haven't been to this location yet. It looks amazing. Again, I'm just super impressed by the skybox. Like, more than anything, it looks really bloody good. Like, those clouds look incredible. That's the kind of sky I like to fly through in Microsoft Flight Sim. It's really fun to fly through that kind of... It's bright and clear, but with clouds. Oh, is that an eagle? Is that specifically an eagle because I'm in America? Could be. It's flying this way. That looks like an eagle. It's got the wingspan. That's a nice touch. That's very cool. You do occasionally also see planes flying around and leaving kind of jet trails, chemtrails behind them, which is really, really cool. Right, what kind of boundary have I got in this level? Okay, I can go up to here. Not a very big boundary, but I might be able to go to a different location. So let's grab the compass. Collection. No, okay, I've got 3 things I can collect on this level, but I don't have a different spot to jump to. Not every level does have a different, like, location that you can jump to. Most of them just have these that you collect. Whoop. And it gives you a little fact.
Lake Tahoe's unique location on the California-Nevada border offers a fascinating blend of attractions.
Great. Now, another thing you can do, which is really, really cool, I haven't found the perfect location for it yet, but let's try it here, is change the day from day to night. Okay, that is actually very pretty. Now, the coolest thing about this really is the night sky. Again, The skybox is beautiful. I wonder if I go to Iceland, I might get like an aurora borealis, like a kind of a northern lights. Now I've preemptively done the thing I wanted to show you, which is when you look up at the sky and press grip, you'll activate this kind of stargazing mode, and you can see all the constellations, or a lot of the constellations. We've got Aquarius, Pisces, Sculptor, Equilius, that sounds funny, Pegasus, Aries, that's mine, Taurus. It's another nice little touch, something that kind of fleshes out an app that's otherwise basically just a way to look at beautiful landscapes in a 3D environment. It kind of just gives you something else to do. And I think people who like stargazing, they like kind of... oh, there was a shooting star there. Oh, I wish I saw that without the overlay. That would have been bloody beautiful. That's cool, though, that the night sky kind of has things going on in it. I didn't realise that. But yeah, if you're into astrology, it's quite basic, but you do get to come in here and have a look at all of the constellations, which are really nice. I was just doing a picture then. Can I? Okay. Oh no, it is. Okay, the picture is easier to do if you just. There's a good shooting star. If you just do your hands and don't worry too much about the controllers or pressing any buttons. Blimey, this one's a little bit treacherous. I've just got this tiny little winding path on the very top of this mountainous landscape. Now this is Italy. This is the Dolomites in Italy, and look at that. I mean, that is absolutely stunning. I know I said I prefer the levels where I'm down on the floor and I can get the scale of everything, but I still appreciate like just an amazing view. It's yeah, it's quite something. It's quite something. I think this game was like £11.99. I think that's what it cost me. And I'd say it's worth every penny. There's a plane. It's far away, you can barely see it, but there's the trail. And it is moving as well. So it's little tricks like that that kind of trick you into believing this is kind of a moving image when really it is basically a static image. It's a 3D static image that your kind of brain immediately believes to be real when you step into it, which is actually really kind of wild. But yeah, I would say this game is well worth the price of entry. It's also being updated constantly, so we have all these locations, there's tons of them, and then right at the end here, whoop, more are coming. So they're constantly updating this with more locations. And they aren't all kind of like big, wide open locations like this. Some of them are a little bit more contained, a little bit more claustrophobic. But I think this place has an additional... Yeah, we've got an additional hiking route. There we go. Cicada? There we go. Okay, look at this. This looks real to me. That is mental. It's the colours. The colours are so accurate, and I think this game would look even better on like an OLED screen. Like we had this running on PSVR 2, and you got the real deep colours, the real deep dark colours. But despite the screen quality or whatever, this still looks absolutely sublime on Quest. Like that is, it's beautiful. It's the best looking experience on Quest. And it's able to be the best looking experience on Quest because it is quite hands off. Like I'm not exactly running along, mantling over that rock, shooting a zombie, then sliding down the hill. I'm just slowly moving around a very realistic looking, photographed and kind of 3D put together location. Okay, I can't go up there. It's things like this that that are a shame. I'd like to be able to explore more. I'd like to be able to go up there, get on top of there, get a different view, but this is what I'm working with. This little border here, this is all I'm working with, baby. This is all I can do. So as I say, not all the levels are wide open outdoors vistas that are just beautiful and sprawling. Some of them are a little bit more claustrophobic, like this slot cave in America. So we can kind of sneak through here. It's a bit more squeezy, but that is the limit. Like this is a very small level. You can basically just move back and forth through this little chamber, and I think there's a waterholes canyon we can go to, and in here there's a few little things to find. There's a ladder and a horse pelvis. The first time I looked at that I thought it was a human pelvis, but I've been assured that it's not. Someone's letting off fireworks outside my house. That's kind of immersive. Maybe if there's a level with fireworks I should just go there and let the audio from outside fill my headset. That would be kind of funky. Here we go, look, wild horses said something. I don't think I can reread that. And that does feel like a bit of a missed opportunity. Like you find these postcards, 3 of them to find on basically every level, but there's no real way to re-listen to the information that I got when I picked it up, and it was like a nice little bit of information about horse pelvises, but it doesn't seem to be any way to re-listen to those, it feels like a missed opportunity. Yeah, now this is more like it. This is what I mean when I say scale. Like, I feel small right now compared to the landscape in front of me. I think this is where the game really shines, where it puts you down on the floor and sits you in front of these beautiful cliff faces. It looks incredibly real in those moments. And like, don't get me wrong, that is a beautiful view as well. But just seeing this with the kind of the trickery of the moving waterfalls and the kind of the sun glare at the top and the mist coming down off the mountain, like it's fantastic looking. It really is. I think my one big complaint is that there are no locations currently in the game from anywhere in the UK. And I know, when you think of the UK, you probably think of just a concrete slab where it's always raining and people are polite, but actually kind of shitty. But you would be right, but you'd also be wrong, because we have some beautiful places in the UK. Mostly at the top and at the bottom and off to the side. Ignore the middle bit. But up here in Scotland, down here in Cornwall, over here in Wales and Ireland, beautiful, beautiful places. But this middle bit, just, yeah, well, you wouldn't want to load into, like, I don't flipping know, Birmingham, would you? Right, I'm going to leave it here in Turkey. Beautiful Turkey, because this level has one of my favourite little details that the dev team have added so far. Now I can, as always, go to a different location. I say always, not every level has one, but I can go into this little cave dwelling here. And this is probably one of the most realistic looking locations I've kind of encountered so far. The lighting in here and the depth of everything is spot on. Like, I could put my mum into this VR headset, put her here, and I think she would be like, ah! I think it might break her brain, because it looks real. It looks like I've been teleported to this location. It's absolutely stunning. The only things really taking me out of it are, I've got a little icon down here because I'm recording, and then the see-through hands. But other than that, like, this looks amazing. It's just, once again, a shame that I can't fully explore it. I can't go out here into this little window box area. You know, I can look at this. I can look into this little hollowed out bit and look into this little cave over here. Look, whoa, there's I wish I could go down there. It's so incredibly realistic and, yeah, phenomenal. But this isn't the reason why I wanted to end on this level. The reason why I wanted to end on this level is back out here on the Rose Valley Trail. That is the reason I wanted to end on this level. This is such a nice touch, and I'd love to see them include stuff like this in more of the levels. More of the future levels should have cool interactive, well, not interactive, but moving bits of scenery that kind of just make the location feel more alive. The birds are great, the mist is great, the waterfalls are great, that kind of stuff's great. But this is really cool. This is really serene. Watching these kind of hot air balloons flow past is just... yeah, it's lovely, and tons of them come. There are so many. Oh, that is so cool. For some reason, I thought when I switched to nighttime, the balloons would just disappear, but they haven't. And instead, they now have the like really lovely warm glow of the burners, and it's illuminating the balloons against the night sky. That is such a nice touch. I absolutely love that. I want this one that's close to us to light up. Come on, light up. Probably won't now. It's never going to. That one looks nice though over there. And I can switch on the constellations as well. Oh, it's so nice. Right, I'm going to leave it here because someone is setting off a million fireworks outside my house, but I just wanted to highlight this fantastic app. If you're looking for one of the visually most impressive experiences you can have on a standalone VR headset, Brink Traveler is right up there. It's probably right at the top if you're looking for hyper-realism. Yes, it isn't super freeing. You can't do much in here. It really is just kind of digital virtual tourism. You come to these beautiful places, you collect your postcards, you watch the hot air balloons flow past, and you just enjoy the way it looks, the way it makes you feel. And I think for people who aren't very mobile, who can't get out there, who can't travel as much, I think it's just a lovely tool to kind of teleport you away from your mundane life just for a few moments every day. And I think that's really cool. I think we could do a lot more with VR in this kind of field, and I think we should. But I think this is a fantastic example for a really good price point that actually gives you an absolute ton of content if you just want places to explore and places to come to. And they're always updating it, and as far as I know, none of these updates have been paid. They've all been free, and they just keep adding to it. So yeah, 2 thumbs up from me. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, please do leave a like, leave a comment, hit subscribe, and all that good stuff. Let's say goodbye to Julie. Goodbye, Julie. I'm logging off of the game now. Wonder if she'll understand that.
Goodbye. I hope you had a great time exploring. Safe travels, and I look forward to assisting you again soon.
Shut up, Julie. I absolutely hate you.
I'm sorry to hear that you're feeling this way. I'm here to help with any travel questions or information you might need.
I said shut up. Stop responding to me.
quiet.
I mean,
If you need anything later, just let me know.
I feel kind of rude, but yeah. I hate AI. So, yeah, right. Take care, everyone. See you soon for another one. Let's take a little picture of my balloons. That was completely accidental, but I think it looks pretty cool. Peace out. Goodbye. Woohoo!